Fernando Alonso will start the Indy 500 from 26th on the grid. You have to go back to 1936 to find someone winning from that far down the order. After last year's McLaren effort partnered with Carlin failed to qualify, the famous Formula 1 outfit needed a change. It decided to pair up with full-time, established IndyCar regulars Schmidt-Peterson for a full programme, creating the Arrow McLaren SP squad. Alonso joined with fierce motivation that this could be his last attempt to seal the Triple Crown of motorsport for some time. Alonso and Renault have confirmed he will not take part at the Brickyard while he is racing for the Formula 1 team.
I think I approached the race, as you said, knowing that the next 2 years is going to be impossible to come. I will have to miss qualifying weekend if I wanted to do so. I will not be anymore with McLaren next year in F1, so that will not work either. So I know that at least for 2 years I will not be here. But look, this is the way it is at the moment. I'm here, ready to enjoy the event, ready to give my best and help the team as much as I can. And let's see, in the future what are the possibilities. And if you eventually win one day the race, maybe that opens the possibility for different things.
So far, Alonso's preparation for his third attempt at Indy has been a rollercoaster ride. Race trim practice went well on Wednesday and for most of Thursday before he crashed heavily at turn 4 after clipping the concrete line on the inside of the corner, which sent his car into a spin. Despite this, Alonso rebounded well, missing very little of Friday practice, but it was very clear once the boost was turned up to emulate qualifying trim that Alonso and most of the other Chevrolet runners would not be a factor in pole position. At least he didn't have the fear of being bumped out as he was in 2019, as only 33 entries for this year's race meant all cars would make the field. All is not lost for Alonso, as a number of Chevrolet cars feature at the back of the pack, including the car alongside him on the ninth row of the grid, last year's pole sitter and winner Simon Pagenaud.
Well, I think, I came here, tried to fight for the win on the 500, which is a massive challenge. In a season off, I could be sitting in my living room right now, watching qualifying here, qualifying in Barcelona, and preparing with Renault maybe next year's challenge as well. But I came here as I came to Dakar, completely out of my environment and out of my experience. So every lap I do out there, it's a learning process for me. I have a lot to improve, I know that, and I try to be better every lap. But, I try at least, because next Sunday anything can happen. And I prefer to be here and maybe have the luck that it happened next Sunday than to be at home watching television. But I know how difficult it is to be competitive. I knew from yesterday that we were not at the speed to fight for the top 9 or something. So today I just wanted to execute a nice run with no mistakes from my side, no mistakes from setup, no mistakes from tools inside the car, is what we did. So it's not that I'm relaxed, but it's more or less the position we expected. But this doesn't change our hopes for the race. That's probably the summarizing the day.
It was a surprise to see Penske struggle so enormously with Pagenaud. In fact, only one of its cars made the top 20, with reigning IndyCar champion Joseph Newgarden in 13th. However, Pagenaud has been selected as the race day favourite by paddock insiders, owing to his car's handling in traffic. Newgarden is the only Penske driver yet to win the 500, and is desperate to add the key title missing from his already extensive CV. Performance in dirty air has been a big topic at the event this year, as the introduction of the new aeroscreen safety device has altered the aerodynamic flow of the car. Some expect overtaking to be difficult on race day, but with so many strong Chevrolet cars at the back, we could see them work together to move forward to the front. Like Pagenaud, the other two Penske starting outside of the top 20, previous winners Will Power and Helio Castroneves, also have good race cars. Power set one of the best 30-lap averages in practice on Wednesday, basically a race stint, while Castroneves found strides in Sunday's practice. Whether they and or Alonso can come through the field will be dependent on strategy and the ability to overtake with the aerodynamic impact of the aeroscreen. What we do know is that Arrow McLaren SP's race pace has looked in the same ballpark as Penske. Owing to the performance in traffic, a great premium has been placed on qualifying, and it was Marco Andretti who will start on pole for the very first time at Indianapolis, 33 years after his grandfather Mario achieved the same feat. Since then, Marco's father Michael, also his team boss at Andretti Autosport, and late uncle John failed to win or take pole at Indianapolis, in a continuation of what's known as the Andretti curse. Mario won the event only once in 29 attempts and retired having led 170 laps in 1987. But he and Michael were repeatedly struck by bad luck at the speedway, and in 2006, Marco was beaten on the run to the line by Sam Hornish, with Michael watching on from third, just 1 second back. Alongside Marco on the front row is Scott Dixon, Chip Ganassi Racing's 5-time IndyCar champion, who was narrowly robbed of a 4th pole at the Indy 500 on Sunday. He remains a favourite for the race win, as the highest qualifying car touted to have top 5 race pace. On the row behind, 2 rookies produced one of the stories of qualifying. Rinus VeeKay was bumped off the front row by Marco Andretti's late effort, but still can be proud as the only Chevrolet to make Sunday's Fast 9 shootout for pole. Alongside VeeKay, Alex Palou set one of the best laps at Indy so far on his first qualifying run, but a problem with the weight jacker controlled from inside the car meant his pace tailed off over the 4-lap average, and he starts in 6th. With the race pace looking good for Arrow McLaren SP, Alonso does have a chance, but he'll require some clever strategy and for overtaking to be easier than perhaps is anticipated at the moment if he is going to taste the famous milk and kiss the bricks. Perhaps Alonso's 2017 attempt with Andretti was his best chance so far, or maybe he'll come back and fight for what would be one of the most incredible Indy 500 wins of all time. How do you think Alonso will get on? And what have been your favourite storylines from the 2020 Indy 500 so far? Drop us a line in the comments and subscribe to the race's YouTube channel.